Diecast North is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say some shit. Viewer and parental discretion is advised. Hello once again, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Diecast North's Galactic Hooligan! I am actually I don't know exactly what to think about this new figure. It is Studio Series Arcee. I actually got her like maybe a few days ago, and I've actually been messing around with her for quite a bit. I don't know what to think about her. She is such a mixed bag. Although it's awesome that we're actually getting new female Autobots, and I love the fact that we actually have what we actually have here. She is looking as Princess Leia as can actually be, and she is awesome. I love the box art. I wish the toy translated the same way. We're actually going to take a good look at this last, and thank you for joining me. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. Come back again. So please hit the subscribe, the notification bell, and the like button, actually, because that actually helps me out with my algorithm monster. Also, inspires me to actually do more videos and everything. I really hope you'll actually join me again. And to my returning Transformers hooligans, welcome back for another show. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining me once again. Now, let's take a look at Studio Series Arcee, 86 style, and welcome to the show. It is a fucking beautiful day outside right now and everything. So to break the fourth wall, I'm not putting up my ulterior wall here or anything like that today. And I am actually going to be doing this while seeing some sunlight, because I definitely need to see some sun. And I'm just fixing myself up here with some ulterior lights and everything, so you'll actually see like a little bit. Don't ignore everything over here. Ignore the cruiser and the gates over here and everything, which are actually going to be taken down. There's a side story to that. Back in the 70s and 80s and everything, these areas used to be areas where kids or drunks used to fall out of the windows and everything. And that's actually kind of like a funny story to me and everything, because I can actually imagine somebody just drinking absinthe and just falling outside and everything. And that's for some reason, I don't know, that's actually kind of hysterical to me. Anyway, we are going to be taking a look today at Studio Series Arcee. And hold on, just let me fix the camera. Sorry for the shaky camera, Bay fams, but there we go. Studio Series Arcee. Look at this. So she is actually pretty cool. I really love the box already. As I said before, the box actually kind of has this kind of Princess Leia kind of thing going for her and everything, especially with her buns. But look at this. She is looking beautiful here. I love the art. I freaking love it. But that doesn't really translate well to the toy or anything like that. I kind of wish it really did. There are quite a few things that's actually missing on the toy version and everything. And although they were actually trying to translate some of that over here and everything, I think they actually kind of missed the mark on a couple of areas and everything like that, with lack of paint on the sides and that sort of thing. But we'll actually get into that right now. We are taking a look at Arcee, and here she is. And really, she is not bad looking at all or anything like that. For the life of me, I can't get this gun to stay over here or anything like that. So I might minus the gun for the whole entire route of this whole entire review. So we're gonna take this out and I'm gonna keep on reviewing and everything because like she is actually pretty cool. I love the fact that she actually transforms all the way and everything, you know, like kind of all the way and everything with breaking up a couple of things here and there and everything. She's not a parts former, but only because she actually has a couple of arms that actually kind of like let her whole entire body locate into the, like her lower body locate into the upper part of her body. But she's actually okay. You know, I like the styling of this thing, and I'm recording this again because last time I tried recording this and everything, like this piece wouldn't close, and I kind of felt like it was actually because I didn't press the hood down or something, and for some reason that locked into something else that actually made this lock together. Still yet though, with this, there's like a little peg that's actually right underneath. I wish I had actually located to the upper part over here and everything, kind of pegged into something, because that would have actually made the car a little bit more solid. She actually has a couple of like holes right over here and everything like that, and that's actually kind of like more due to like the fact that they actually got this from the other Arcee that was actually like included in Generations and everything. So they actually got a lot of the car mode and some of the engineering and everything like that from this, but then they actually went another route with other things. But there we go in the comparison mode and everything like that. And one thing that I actually have to say about this is that I'm not exactly sure how it's actually translating on camera to you guys, but I kind of like think that this is actually kind of like more of a Pepto-Bismol kind of like color and everything for Arcee, as opposed to the Nestle Quick kind of like color over here. There is a little bit of miscoloring of mine and everything. I'm not exactly sure why that is or anything, but like, you know, there we go. Again, I kind of like the way that this is actually done. Like the seating and everything is actually like really nicely done. We actually have like a nice full dashboard right over there, and that is one of the things that like Generations actually did magically, you know. That is actually really beautiful. You can even notice like there's like a little radio, sorry guys, like a little radio like right in here and everything like that. That is actually really beautiful. Full console, you know, like even, oh, like I didn't even notice this, but there's like an odometer right over here and everything. Hold on, let me point it out with Arcee's gun here. There's like an odometer, there's air conditioning and everything, a glove box. That's actually really nice. Look at how beautiful that is. Very cool. As opposed to Studio Series Arcee that actually has like really nicely done seats and everything. They're kind of like a little bit more of a mismatch of like just let's throw some lawn chairs in here and everything and just get it out of the way and everything. You know, it's molded nicely, but at the same time, it doesn't have this style, you know? Like, look at that. Like, these seats are actually super plush and everything, whereas this one actually kind of like looks like they're just kind of plugged it in there and said, let's make a couple of like boxes, and there we go, you know. And even when you actually go over here, you notice that there's really not a whole lot going on over here. It's a really simplified way of like doing what we actually had amazingly on this one. Hold on everybody, just let me clear that up. Look how amazing that is right there. That's beautiful. The beautiful illustration going on in here. Like, you actually believe, is that a cigarette lighter? Is that a fucking cigarette lighter? Oh man, look at that. And then she actually has this thing going where it's actually kind of like a video screen and everything. Just really nicely done there and everything, you know. But over here, it is as plain as can actually be. You know, there's not even anything covering up over here or anything like that, which would have actually been nice. You know, like everything, I'll actually show this to you again. Everything over here is like really nicely covered up and everything. I love that. That is just really just awesome work right there. You know, it even looks like you actually have a floor and everything, you know, so like that's great. But again, plain as can actually be, and like the steering wheel doesn't protrude or anything like that. I really wish I could actually say more about this. That would have actually been like a great saver here and everything. But otherwise than that, she actually looks pretty good. Let me get out of here. There we go. Otherwise than that, she actually looks pretty good and everything like that. Like, I really like it, except that we don't get like headlights or anything, and like we don't actually get like, I mean the headlights are actually there, of course, you know. Autobot symbol prominently stamped over there. That's really nice. I love like the fact that this is actually fusing together a lot more and everything. That's really nice. I love the fact that we actually have a full back. That's really nice. I kind of wish it could have actually kind of translated down here a little bit more where the legs are. And I think that would have actually made this a lot better, you know? But antenna, still nice, you know? Everything else is actually really great. And I love the fact that this actually compacts a lot more than, say, the Generations one does, you know? But that's my first comparison. We'll go on to the second. And that will be our Generations, our Earthrise, or our, what is it? It wasn't Siege, it was Earthrise, and it was, we're just gonna call this Earthrise for now. I think Siege also, but like I can't really remember offhand. But with this version, we actually have a really, really nice car mode, although it's actually a shell more than anything else. But again, you actually have like a little bit more attention to detail here and everything with the back, with the seats over here and everything. If we actually go inside, some attention to detail in the dash and everything like that, but I like the silhouette of this car mode and everything. I think it's actually very cool. Although I love this a lot better, although, you know, like all RCs, for some reason, they actually give us this like really thin wheel and everything over here also. I'd like to know exactly what kind of material they're actually using in the future and everything. Are they actually using those silicone wheels that never break or anything like that? Because this, I don't know, like I kind of feel like a fatter wheelbase and everything would have actually been cool. You actually have like a lot more over here in the arm length over here. I maybe over here I'd actually accept it a little bit more and everything like that, but over here I just kind of feel as though like the for a sports car she should actually have like a little bit more oomph there and everything, you know? But there we go. And with this, we actually still have like all of this over here transformed and everything was to over here. She just kind of like slapped her underneath and called it a day and everything. So I'm glad for the growth here and everything. And there we go. And this is Arcee and her other Studio Series self and everything. And that's actually very cool. Again, you'll actually notice like all the RCs that we're actually getting actually has this really, really nice deep pink color and everything, you know? As over here, you'll actually see like a really nice bright pink color and everything. But I just really think that this one actually kind of misses the mark when it actually comes down to coloring and everything. It's nice, it's okay, but it's like for me, I kind of feel like they could have actually like bumped up the excitability of this car mode and everything by bumping up the color. You know, that maybe like doing a little bit more on the interior and everything, you know. It's really nice though. I kind of like it. And since I am giving you a full RC off, I'm actually gonna give you a little bit of Legacy RC comparison with Studio Series Arcee, and they look cool together and everything. She isn't like completely junky on height or anything like that, but there we go. I really think that these actually look great together and everything, and I could actually see two lasses with the same name going off into battle with each other and everything like best friends, you know? The Arcee is actually complete with Larkin's layer parts and everything like that, so I kind of figured out exactly how to use her double guns as like an exhaust system and everything, make her go fast, you know? Anyway, so now it's time for transformation on this one. By the way, she still rolls. You know, so there we go. And that's actually with the other RC modes and everything, we didn't have quite a lot of clearance and everything like that. Like with this one, sometimes you actually got the transformation right, sometimes you didn't, and sometimes you'll actually notice that because of the way the body actually kind of protrudes out of the whole entire frame here, she actually kind of drags a little bit and everything. With this version, yeah, not really the same thing or anything like that. She actually really still had like a good rolling ability and everything like that. But I think that this one actually kind of like wound up being a lot more superior when it came down to fixing all the parts and everything, so she actually fits right underneath pretty well and everything. So that is actually great. And hold on one second, just let me give you this before I actually get Arcee transformed up and everything like that and into her robot mode. I just want to show you exactly what she looks like with all her Arcee sisterin. There we go. And I really like the way this actually looks. It's like a good Arcee team up and everything. I love it. And just let me do this, just in case you guys actually needed a little bit of this action. Really, really nice, actually, you know? So I'm actually gonna get Arcee transformed, and here we go. Handshake! Transforming Arcee is actually really, really easy. There's like a lot of intuitiveness that actually goes into this. I like the way she actually transforms a lot, but that actually also comes with a caveat, you know, because they've learned a lot when it actually comes down to engineering a good transformation and everything, and that's great. But there are a couple of other things that are actually like a little bit more lackluster and everything. And if they could have actually gotten a really good combination between this and the Generations version, this would have actually just been like a total 10 out of 10 and would have been super solid for me. But let's go on with the transformation. First off, I want to do this. I want to start lifting everything over here, and I'm going to take the legs out right from here. Now, when you're actually going back into auto mode, you want to take these two pegs and peg them right in here and everything. Also, when you're actually going into, since you're actually in car mode, there's this gun that should actually peg right underneath. It actually has a hole right over here for the handle and a little bit of a friction peg right over here that should actually peg into the trigger. It doesn't really work as well for mine or anything like that, and I don't know exactly why. Oh wait, is this, yeah, I'm sorry, it's not here, it's all the way down here, and I don't know exactly why it's not working as well or anything like that, and it could actually be that the math was actually all wrong on this gun or on the hole that they actually actually left this here for and everything. I kind of wish that there was like another way of pegging this on. Like, you could totally peg this on over here. There we go. You can totally peg this on over here and call it a day and everything. And if that's actually what you really want for your weapon storage, you can easily do that. But the problem with this is actually like that the pistol will always like be underneath and everything, and will always be going in the wrong direction. You could actually even peg it over here, but then also you actually have to worry about the clearance over here and everything like that. If you peg it the other way, the handle's actually out, you know, so there's like a lot of things that are actually going on over here. And I kind of wish that she actually came with like extra storage, like at least one extra port, like right around here or around here, like say her Generations version did. That would have actually been great for gun storage and everything like that. But let's get back to transformation. I'm sorry, that's actually gone on for a little bit longer than I thought it should have and everything, but I have a lot of thoughts when it comes down to this. So we'll straighten out the legs, we'll separate them right over here, we'll fix her feet up like this, turn her torso around, we'll start disconnecting everything up here. There we go. And it actually starts cradling right over here on this hinge. We can put this back over here. And as we're doing this, we can even bring these panels all the way back here, like so, and like so. And then bring this all the way back. Then, I love this. Like, I love the way this actually forms. But I have issues with that as well and everything. And we actually had a Legend style version that actually kind of like took the whole entire back panel and brought it all the way up to the front and made it combine with that. And that's great. Third-party engineers are always amazing, and I love seeing what they actually do, but I digress. So let's take out the arms that are actually tucked underneath. We'll bring this out, which will actually contain her head. Let's bring all of this down, and then this whole entire section actually accordions right underneath and pegs over here, not securely, mind you, because this one actually keeps on knocking out quite a bit. So I think I'm gonna actually come back and kikis that whole entire thing, but that actually comes over here, and then we'll actually move her head up. We'll secure her whole entire chest panel right in here, and you'll actually see a couple of holsters that actually go right over here and over here. I kind of wish that this actually kind of like flushed in a little bit more like the Masterpiece version and everything. That would have actually been great. I would love to see like a lot more transformation going on here on the upper part of the car mode here and everything like that, because we still have the window protruding out, we still have all of this, and once you actually do this, then there's this peg that actually locates right over here. I always forget it. Please don't, because like that actually helps you lock in that whole entire chest area, and where you're taking out of transformation, it's always the thing that like I force out of here and everything like that, instead of like just unleashing this and making it a lot easier. So there we go, and then we'll plug that in, and there we are, and it is Arcee transformed in her 86 Arcee goodness. And there is a lot to be said about this version of Arcee. She actually does quite a few things really nicely and eloquently, and other things I kind of feel it actually kind of misses the mark and everything like that. I love the waist panel here, but I'm gonna go more into that right now. I just wanted to give you a close-up as to what I'm actually checking out. So, Studio Series Arcee. What can I say about her? Like the overall, she's actually pretty nice. I really like the colors that are actually going on here, although I still think they're actually pretty muted for an Arcee, but I love what they actually did with her face here. That is pretty beautiful and everything. I kind of wish it was actually like, there was like a little bit more detailing in here and everything, but it's actually really nice, like the angles that they actually use for the chin and everything like that. The lips are actually okay, which is actually kind of different for an Arcee figure to actually come with like a little bit of a lip thing and everything like that. I didn't really think that they would actually do that, but here we are. They actually really kind of like wanted to slavishly go into like a lot of like her 86 detail and everything like that, with the nose and how it actually kind of like slenderizes as it's actually going down. Very classic looking face and everything. The eyes are actually dazzling. I really love that. And in comparison to her Siege or Earthrise version, I kind of feel as though these eyes, they're great. They don't look dead, you know, so that's actually pretty cool. You know, the helmet is actually really, really nice. Backpack, I kind of wish it was actually more compact, because we actually have a third-party Arcee that's actually coming out and everything. I forget exactly which company it's actually coming out from, but the way that one, and it's a legend-sized version of this figure, where the whole entire backpack actually compacts, and she's freaking brilliant, you know? And like the way this one's actually done, I like, from seeing that, I kind of feel like this could have actually been like a little bit more mathematically done, and I kind of feel as though I would have actually paid a little bit more just to see like a more fully realized Arcee and everything, you know, being that Arcee is actually kind of like the Autobots' darling and everything like that, you know what I mean? Like I kind of feel as though this could have actually been like a little bit better and everything like that in comparison and everything, you know. Really, really nice bot though, you know. And in comparison to her 86 picture, very much the likeness and everything like that, even though I kind of wish that they actually painted the neck or something too and everything, you know what I mean? And like, yeah, the neck could have actually definitely used like some of the same paint and everything to keep up the cohesion of this whole entire thing. But over here is actually where I'm actually going to be like a little bit more critical and everything. Like, you actually have like this shapely but boxy kind of thing right over here, and that's actually cool. I kind of feel as though they kind of missed the mark with like putting some more paint right over here. And one of the things that I actually always hate about these figures is the fact that they start off with like a little bit of paint like right on the front, and then they leave the rest of it off and everything, and it just kind of like makes me feel as though it's like a lot more incomplete than anything else. I kind of wish I actually put like a little bit of pink right over here also and everything to keep the cohesion there and everything. And I would have loved to see that. That would have actually been pretty great. I'm not exactly sure about the shoulders. Like over here, I'm actually feeling as though they translate a little bit better, but also I kind of feel like she actually definitely has like this, the 80s shoulder pads going and everything. And that actually translates really pretty much from like the Generations version of it and everything. But I don't know, like I thought it was, I keep on thinking that it's actually like a lot worse off than anything else, but like you guys might like think a little bit differently and everything. I love what they actually did with their chest piece. I love this piece like just like kind of concaving in a little bit more and everything. So that's actually great. I like the Autobot symbol. Finally, they put an Autobot symbol right where it should be and everything. So that's actually really cool. The color translates still and everything. Still yet though. The Generations version of this actually does something where they actually kind of like make a lot of curves and everything, which was wonderful. I love that. A lot of people would actually kind of say that, yeah, that's sexist. You know, why are you actually sexing up our figures? Listen, it's Arcee, you know? Like, I think that she actually deserves to be like a little bit more sexed up and everything like that. I kind of feel as though we could have actually had like a good curve going right over here, and it would have actually translated really well to a good dynamic Arcee and everything, you know? Although this is actually really not bad, and I think I would have actually let it go if we actually had like a little bit more coloring over here, in which case I might have to like go off and find some Gundam markers that actually matches this whole entire color palette and everything, you know? But I kind of feel like there could have actually been like a little bit more. I kind of feel as though, you know, we actually have color over here and everything. That would have actually been great over here and everything. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that actually bothers me. And I think like the breaking up the colors and everything could have actually been like a little bit more matched up and everything. I could maybe like, we could have actually used this pink on her hands and everything, you know, instead of like just leaving them white. Excuse me, everyone. Over here on the back of her hands, I kind of feel like the ridge over here for her fingers actually come down a little bit too low and everything, you know? And that's really it. I thought that the fingers themselves and everything could have actually like used a little bit more enclosure and everything, because when I actually use this, I kind of feel like the gun is that it's actually great. I love the fact that you can actually put the gun right in your hand and everything like that. It looks better than I thought it was actually going to actually. You know, believe it or not, I had like a lot of gripes about the way this was actually looking, but I kind of feel like this thumb should actually grip the cannon a little bit more. Now, I'm not exactly sure. I never had the issue with like my thumb breaking off with my Generations version or anything. I keep on hearing horror stories of people who actually got like this gun, like one of these guns, and like kind of like broke off the thumb. That never happened to mine or anything like that. So like I kind of feel as though they could have actually done it a little bit more over here and everything, and that would have actually been great. Now, my concerns actually happen over here. So, and like the legs are actually okay also and everything. I don't have an issue with the leg. I love the fact that the crotch piece over here is actually more cohesive than the Generations version, and we'll actually go through that once I actually get like a full, once I actually go through like the full comparison and everything, you know? This is actually one of my concerns right over here. So like we actually have this waist that kind of we actually have the waist that and like because we're actually in spoiled toy mode and everything, where we could actually have like a lot of figures that were actually like done really well and everything, to the point where we actually have waist articulation on every single one now and everything, which is great. Hasbro and Takara-san, please do that more and everything. But the way this one actually works, it kind of like, you can move it and it kind of breaks up everything over here and everything, you know? And I kind of wish that this were either pushed back a little bit more or something like that to give her like a little bit more clearance, you know? Or it could have actually been like maybe transformed a little bit more into here and everything, and we could have actually had like, you know, it would have actually been great for the figure itself and everything. This piece can actually be fixed. Like we actually have like an ab crunch that's actually great, but like you could do any more and it actually breaks up the transformation right over here and everything, you know? But let's go through the articulation. So we actually have like a little bit of, we actually have a little bit of up and everything. Stops right over. I kind of feel like this could have actually used a little bit more momentum going up and everything, you know? This can actually move pretty freely and everything, inhibited by the backpack. We actually have rotation right over here on the bicep, and that's really nice. We actually have a curl. We actually have an arm curl right over here by the elbow, and that's really nice. Goes completely over 90, and I really love that so much. We actually have a lot of great head articulation right over here. Mine actually tilts a little bit more than it should and everything. Like, she keeps on wanting to go like this and everything like that. Like, she knows she's a badass and everything like that. But I kind of wish that this head, I don't know, there's something about it and everything. Like, I love the fact that we actually have a cut right over here. Also, I thought that this would have actually been like a little bit more obtrusive and everything like that, but it's actually really nice because it actually like lets her look way up like this, like super dynamic style. And again, that paint would have actually been great coming down here and coming into her neck and everything like that, because I think it would have actually like added on to the dynamics of like what they're actually trying to achieve here and everything, which is great. But it could have actually been better. Now, let's see. We actually have that. Oh yeah, so like this neck is actually great. So she can look all the way up. She can look all the way down. She actually tilts a little bit and everything too. So that's actually really, really nice. If you actually move this, you actually have like a little bit of an oomph kind of thing. So like that's actually really cool. Again, she actually has an ab crunch, so that's actually really cool. She can go all the way down, but also that's actually going to unlatch every time you actually use it and everything. And for some reason, this is actually like a little bit more loose on my version and everything, so I'm actually definitely gonna have to like use some kind of stiffener and everything like that, you know. She can actually feasibly go all the way back like this, but at the same time her backpack is actually in the way and everything, so that's actually kind of a shame there. Let's see here. She can actually kick up to about that far. That's okay. She kicks out to about that far, so no super kung fu moves for her or anything like that. Like, I'm not expecting her to like, oh, actually that's not too bad, at least anyway. But she's no Emma Peel or anything like that, so no super kung fu moves for her or anything like that, but she actually really makes out for it and everything like that. She can actually give a pretty good roundhouse and everything, so I thought it was actually like only up to here, but it looks like she's actually like a little bit better at it than I thought she would have actually been, so that's cool. She actually has a leg rotation right over here, right above the knee. She can actually bend that far on her knee, so that's actually really, really nice, good and super dynamic. And she actually has an ankle tilt and a lot of dorsiflexion and everything, so really good all around. She's actually like really, really good. She's actually really good, but like aside from that, there are a couple of things. Like, I keep on feeling as though, like, because of the fact that this is actually shaped the way it actually is, it just kind of like makes me feel as though like it's a little weird and everything like that, like moving her waist and moving her torso, but it does like a lot, you know what I mean? And because of the fact that it actually breaks apart a lot, she does a lot, but at the same time, her waist and her torso and everything like that, it's just such a mixed bag and everything like that. I want to love her because I think that she's actually a very good quality Arcee, but at the same time, like, there are a couple, like, those things actually kind of like make me feel as though she could actually be a lot better, you know, especially since we're actually getting her in the Studio Series 86 line. I think that bearing that, as far as like her personal clout is actually concerned, as far as like a figure, I think she could have actually been a lot better. I'm gonna give you some comparisons. And Hasbro and Takara know that there's a caveat. I'm an artist myself and everything like that, but I do not have your skills when it comes down to making and creating figures and everything like that, and I don't have your tech or anything like that. I wish I did. And, you know, I know I'm not making this, I'm just doing this totally as a critic and everything like that. So please, forgiveness, but at the same time, I have thoughts. For quick comparisons, Arcee and Studio Series Arcee, Arcee and Kingdom and Earthrise Arcee, and there we go. I remember which one this actually came from. It came from Kingdom. And here's Studio Series Arcee with Generations Arcee, and you got to love light piping. I still love the light piping that's actually coming in here. I think one of the reasons why I left the window, of why I actually left my backdrop over here off, is because I kind of wanted to see the translation of the light piping naturally with this Arcee as compared to this. And although I love her eyes, they're beautiful, I think that light piping is actually so amazing and everything, and I really hope you guys never lose the art of this. Side by side, I kind of feel as though this is actually so much plainer as compared to this version of Arcee, where the color actually breaks up because of the black and because of the blue that's actually added in here. I kind of really want to see like a little bit more of, I kind of like wish we could have actually seen a little bit more color with this version of Arcee, but she still looks great though. And I kind of like still think that even though this one, I love the body shape and everything like that and everything else, I still think that this one actually kind of like, because of the added articulation, it's actually a lot better. But I don't know, like I still think that this, just a beautiful design altogether and everything. Although the crotch component and everything like that, and don't think that I'm obsessing over this or anything like that, but this actually looks more like a belt, and then this actually becomes all weird and everything like that. But this actually looks like it's actually just like a really cohesive design altogether and everything. And I like the fact that they actually did that. Her legs of this version, the legs actually become like a little skinny down here and everything. With this, we actually have full calves and everything like that, so that's actually really great. Again, I don't know exactly which one. I mean, I don't know, like they're good and bad places of each and every one of these figures and everything, and I just kind of wish that they could actually kind of like smush these ladies up into just like one really good Arcee and everything, you know? We actually have like different components that can actually be used in different things and everything like that. But again, if I can remember the name of that one third-party Arcee that was actually done and everything, I kind of wish I could, and just now and everything like that, because like I think that Arcee actually really did everything perfectly, you know? But I'm gonna give you one more comparison here, and just know I might have lied when I said one more comparison. So here goes Arcee and Legacy Arcee, and they look amazing together. And as far as this classic trio is actually concerned, does the new Arcee actually make the grade? Well, I think she actually fits in pretty well and everything, you know? So if you actually did miss the Generations Arcee, she would definitely be a good pickup and everything. And I really think that she actually fits in pretty nicely here and everything like that, you know? Aside from like the loss of light piping and everything, I think this trio is actually pretty badass. And adding more fembots into the picture and everything would actually make a good story. And since we're talking Arcee, what about a story about a team of interdimensional Arcees? Team of interdimensional Arcees fighting against the evil devils of Destron. Interdimensional Arcee warriors blazing into battle. The furious team known as R6. Oh shit, son. Yes, She-Hulk says, aw shit indeed. All in all, Arcee really isn't too bad. We could do a whole lot worse with an Arcee figure. I'm gonna come up with final thoughts coming next. So here goes my thoughts. We are still looking for the perfect Arcee. I think Hasbro and Takara might be looking for the perfect Arcee too, because if that isn't the case, then why is she so lovingly revisited? Like in Masterpiece and like all the other mainline selections and everything. So I really think that what Hasbro and Takara are actually kind of venturing to do is come up with a perfect quintessential Arcee and everything. Is Studio Series Arcee it? You know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of great things about this Arcee, but where she actually lacks is where she actually lacks with, like, certain things, like making, like, the more boxed look and everything like that. Like, she actually has a lot of good stuff going into her and everything, which is, oddly enough, the same things that are actually wrong with her. you know? So like there are a few things here and there and everything like that. And I kind of feel like if they actually tweaked a little bit more, and if they actually looked into maybe some of the third-party designs and everything like that, you know, like there's that one I can't resist talking about or anything like that. And I'm gonna probably have to get her one day and everything just to experience it. What was it? I keep on forgetting exactly what company it's actually from, and at this moment I'm not reviewing it or anything like that, only because I actually have important things to get over to for my next review, and I can't wait. But let me tell you something, I like her a lot. I've been playing around with her, you know, I actually still think she's actually a mixed bag, but she's pleasant. I really like her a lot. I just wish some of the colors were actually redone and that sort of thing. She actually makes a great figure. You actually had the choice to get her. I think it would actually be better to get her to not experience her, you know? And that's pretty much it. I think she's actually a good figure. She's bringing a lot, you know? But at the same time, that there's those instances of, what is this figure trying to accomplish? You know what I mean? And I think that's where she actually falls in, the in-between state and everything. If worse comes to worse, if you actually want to get her because you missed the Generations version, get her because you actually want an updated Arcee for your 86 collection line and everything, because that's actually great that we actually have like the full set of 86 guys and everything like that. And if you actually want her to accomplish completing that line, yes, absolutely, you know, but, you know, buyer beware, you know, like some things you might like, some things you might not like. Don't hit me in the face if you don't like her, you know, but get her because she's awesome, and that's it. That's a lot to say in about 3 minutes, you know what I mean? 3 minutes of like rambling on as to whether or not you should actually get her or not or anything like that, but I think she's great. That's it for me. Today, I am actually going to take like some time into looking into something else, and there's still other things that are, I'm not even going to like, you know, spoilers. They're going to be awesome. You know, I can't wait to talk about them, and I hope I get a chance to see you again. Remember, in all things, be good people. Be kind to each other. Make kindness flow through you like a river. Also, when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I will definitely talk to you all soon.